second we're not broken, just bent. No, we can learn to love again. It's in the stars.
Hi guys, it is Jessica with Chapter Chicks, and I am here to do a book review over Perfect Chemistry by Simone Elkelis.
No, we can learn to love again.
This book is part of my Dusty Challenge. It is the third book out of the 5 that I have chosen to read this year, and for some reason I just didn't want to pick this book up. I think it was the hype surrounding it. Everyone said it was really, really good, so I was worried that I was just not going to like it and just didn't really want to pick it up yet. But I'm very glad that I did pick it up. I thought it was very good. I still don't think it was as amazing as everyone else thought it was, but I still thought it was really good. It was a very light story, very fun to read. This book is about your typical A-class girl kind of having to force herself to deal with the typical South Side grungy gang member boy. Basically, Brittany and Alex pretend that the other one does not exist, which is basically standard for the status quo at their school, but their chemistry teacher does not agree with these standards and puts them together as chemistry partners to both of their dismay. In order for the two to pass the class, they will have to get along, but as they get deeper into the chemistry projects, they kind of learn a little bit more about each other, and eventually it may or may not turn into something more than just chemistry in the classroom. Like I said, I thought this book was good. It was definitely worth reading, and I definitely plan on picking up Rules of Attraction very soon just because I really like Elkelis' writing. I think I'm saying her name right, or his name right. I'm pretty sure it's a girl, and I'm pretty sure that I'm saying it right, but I don't know. I really enjoyed the book. I thought it was good. I thought it was a very quick read just because you find yourself getting into it and then going through so quickly. It is one of those books that switches perspectives between Brittany and Alex, and I prefer those books over just the single perspective. Gone by Michael Grant switches perspective between like 13 different characters, and I love it. It really allows you to see both sides of the story and really understand the chemistry and the emotions flowing between the two people. Plus, I prefer reading from a girl's perspective, but I really like reading from a male's perspective as he's thinking about a girl because I think it's more romantic that way. I really liked reading Midnight Sun just because I really liked seeing not just what Bella thought Edward thought of him and what Edward was saying, but what was going on underneath. So I really like the books that switch perspective. If you like books that are not paranormal, I think that you'll really enjoy this book also because there's nothing paranormal going on whatsoever. But even if you do prefer books that are paranormal, I still think you will also enjoy this book because I normally prefer paranormal romances over any other genre. But I still found that this one had enough stuff going on that it didn't need a paranormal aspect at all. It was just real life, a South Sider and a North Sider, an A class and a whatever D class, I guess is what the lower class would be called. But it's just those two typical boy meets girl story. So, I mean, I hope that's not a spoiler because, you know, they're kind of making out on the cover. So now I'm going to jump into a spoiler version of the book. So if you haven't read it, you do not want to continue watching because I will be reading certain passages and I don't want to spoil the book for you. The first thing that I want to talk about is, I hate to keep using the word chemistry, but a connection between the two characters is really what drove this book for me, just because they hated each other so much in the beginning and it kind of turned into this little flirty understanding, and then they deeply understood each other and then they fell in love, and I thought that was really cool. I feel like if you're not going to start off a relationship as absolute best friends, like just two people being best friends, then you need to start off a relationship being absolute enemies so you can really not just be in puppy love phase the whole time. And then I feel like people who do that end up getting their hearts broken more often. So I really like reading stories where they're either enemies or best friends in the beginning and then it blossoms into love, because I feel like those are the best kinds of relationships to read about. But the thing I want to read is on page 195, the very bottom, and it flips over to 196, and it's from Alex's perspective, and it says, "She hesitates. I promise it won't mean anything. I assure her again. I really don't expect her to do it. I think she's teasing me. Testing to see how much I can take before I crack. But as her eyelids close and she leans closer, I realize it's going to happen. The girl of my dreams, this girl who is more like me than anyone I've ever met wants to kiss me. Oh my god, that is just, it sounds so pretty, and I will take tension like that over the sexual aspect like 50 Shades of Grey any day. This is the kind of stuff that I like to read. The not nitty gritty, but the tension is just as high and just as intoxicating. One of my absolute favorite characters in this book was Alex's mother. When she catches them kissing and it's just like, girlfriend, get the heck out of here. I was cracking up because that is so awesome. You go, Mom. You take control of those little boys even though they think that they know what they're doing, and I loved it. I thought she was an awesome character. Another thing I really liked about the book was the epilogue. I thought that it really gave me a sense of closure with the characters because I wasn't ready for the story to be over with. And then it not only showed Brittany and Alex's children, but it also told that they cured Alzheimer's, and now their kids are in the same chemistry teacher's class, who was totally kick butt, by the way. I love the chemistry teacher. But I really liked that it showed Alex being from that kind of neighborhood, and then what he can really do, and really what it just shows that everybody has potential as long as they give themselves the potential, as long as they allow themselves to do the things that they hope and aspire to do. And I thought that was a really cool way to wrap it up. Especially it shows that everybody needs a little bit of help to get there too. So I really liked that. I thought that was a very good message. That was very subtle. I thought that it was also a very good message in this book that you should never judge people by what is on their outer appearances and what is going on, because Brittany was stir crazy in making her life look perfect when really deep down it wasn't at all. Her mother didn't appreciate her, and her sister had that disability. It made her life a little bit more difficult than it would have normally, and I felt like it really showed that things will turn up okay. And I don't know, it was bad. I really like this book, and I really hope that everyone gives it a chance to read it, because I almost didn't. I don't know why, I just couldn't bring myself to pick it up. Stacy really likes the cover, and I think it's really plain and boring. I am not one for the books with the fancy dresses either, but I felt like it needs more than this, a little bit more detail, and I just felt like, I don't know, man, I felt like it was a good book, and I really am glad that I read it and put it on my Dusty challenge and made myself read it. So yes, I'm rambling now. This book deserves way more credit than what I'm saying, but just having one of those off review days, I guess. So I'm Jessica with Chapter 6. This is my book review over Perfect Chemistry, and this chapter was for you.